After failing to convert on a 12-point halftime lead, the Cougars looking to bounce back and stop their two-game losing skid. San Diego Mesa looking for a bounce back of their own after a pair of lopsided losses. It's the Cougars and the Olympians here on the Cougar Sports Network. Hello there and welcome in. I'm Matt Robinson. Great to have you along with us on a Saturday here at the Cougar Cage. Well, Tuesday night was a rude welcome back home for College of the Canyons. Cougars falling to Long Beach for their first loss here at the Cougar Cage. And it wasn't so much the loss itself, but really how the loss took place. The Cougars had a 12-point halftime lead in the ballgame, but the second half was less than kind of Howard Fisher's squad. The Vikings outscored Canyons 52-37 in the second half and charged back to pick up the win, leaving a few questions for College of the Canyons, especially when it comes to their ability on the defensive side of the floor early on this season. In their last 4 games, Canyons has allowed 80 or more points, losing 3 of those 4, with their only win a 102-90 victory over Santa Barbara here at the Cougar Cage. The offense has certainly been there for COC, as it's been over 70-plus points in all of those games, but at some point the defensive effort really needs to kind of show for COC if they really want to have a chance to win some more games, make a run, and make some noise in the Western States Conference South. You look right now, averaging 78 points per game against that 73rd out of 101 teams in the state of California. Clearly not going to get it done. Opponents shooting 46.1% against the Cougars, which is 76th. The one thing the Cougars have done really well on the defensive side of the ball, they've stopped the three-point shot pretty well, 27.2% against for the Cougars this year. That's 10th best in the state, so they've really defended the three-point arc well, but they've just struggled down low, struggled on the inside. When you're averaging 80 points a game, you're shooting about 46%, you're hitting about 38% of your threes. You figured you'd be a little bit better than 3 and 4, but you just have to find a way on the defensive side of the floor if you are COC. Compounding the problems for the Cougars on the defensive side has been their effort at the free throw line. It's really struggled this year. They have not done a good job of converting on free throws. They've done a great job getting to the line itself, but conversions have just not been good. They average 22.6 free throws per game. That's about 30th in the state of California, but they only make 69%, so you're talking 15 makes out of 22. That's 51st in the state of California, so not quite getting it done, not really where they need to be. And really, when you look at the losses this year, the Cougars are converting even less, just 61% on free throws in losses this year. Plain and simple, that will not get it done as the season moves on. And it's a concern because the offense has been very efficient this season, converting 46% of their free throws, like we said, but late game misses, those kind of misses at the foul line, that's what really hurts you late in the game. Good news for COC. They face the San Diego Mesa squad, who's coming in on a bit of a rough stretch of their own. The Olympians have lost back-to-back games by margins of 20 or more. Their last time out, a 30-point loss to Victor Valley. Travis Nichols hoping that his team can turn it around and quickly with a really tough stretch of games ahead as they have Orange Coast, East LA on the upcoming schedules, just to name a few. The struggle for San Diego Mesa has really been keeping up from behind the three-point line. The team shooting just 28% from deep this year, averaging only 7 makes per game. That right now is in the bottom half of the 3C2A. The shining light so far this year, sophomores Jaden Payton and Darren Taylor have led the way, averaging 17 points and 19 points respectively. Traylor really the only Olympian having success from downtown, hitting 36% of his three-pointers this season, while Pate has been excellent from the floor, making 43% of his attempts this year, as I've got a little one in the booth with me today. It's family day here at College of the Canyons for me, as you can hear my little one in the background hollering at you. Well, the last time these two teams met, a year ago to the day here at the Cougar Cage, Andrew Henderson had 17 points and 8 rebounds for College of the Canyons. Dylan Barrientos added 11, 5 and 3 as the Cougars shot 47% from the floor to cruise past the Olympians 77-63. The rematch up next when we come back here on the Cougar Sports Network. College of the Canyons wants you to get ready, reset, and go when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougar Athletics programs offer a great college experience. Get ready, reset, and go at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do. And the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Welcome back into the Cougar Cage as we get set up. San Diego Mesa and College of the Canyons here on a Saturday night from the Cougar Cage. Matt Robinson here with you, getting the starting lineups for each side. For San Diego Mesa, they'll start with Jaden Pate at the guard position. Dallas Ryder in the forward spot. Darren Traylor at the other guard. Zephaniah Smith at guard, and Riley Harris up front as a forward for the Olympians. As Travis Nicholson, his sixth season as the head coach of San Diego Mesa, an assistant from 2007 to 2016, and he played at San Diego Mesa as well, so plenty of history with the Olympians over his time. For the Cougars, Dylan Griffin starting at one guard. Dylan Barrientos starting at point guard. Jimmy Galgano, the other guard. Andrew Henderson, kind of a 3-4, a combo guard forward, and then Jonah Alfara, the lone forward on the floor for COC. And Howard Fisher, 301 career wins in his 22nd year as the Cougars head coach, trying to find their first Western States Conference South title since 2013. He's been the second coach in COC men's basketball history. Conference champions in 04, 05, 07, and 013. Howard Fisher, coach of the year during those years as well. COC wearing their yellows today as they look slick in the golds. San Diego Mesa in dark blue with some yellow trim down the arms. As it'll be Alfara to tip against Harris as we are just about ready to get underway. COC and San Diego Mesa here on a Saturday night from the Cougar Cage. COC wins the opening tip. Dylan Barrientos with a basketball. They'll swing around to Alfara, catching just along the three-point line. Wanted to work it inside. Instead, outside to Barrientos. Drives the lane. Went up, had it knocked out of his hand. It'll stay with COC. The Cougars are already trying to attack the basket right off the hop, as I would expect to see that a lot out of COC today. Barrientos and Henderson both very good attacking the basket. A three-pointer from Galgano, no good. Inside position for San Diego Mesa as Traylor came down with a defensive rebound, and the Olympians back the other way. Smith dribbles it around. We'll get it on to the far side to Pate. Pate, who's really good at attacking the basket, will try and take Henderson one-on-one. Instead, he'll throw a pass over to Ryder. Thought about a three. Now we'll stop and pop a two. Missed it. Goes right into the hands of Andrew Henderson, and he'll dribble it out of trouble. So each side with a miss down the floor. Cougars working ahead quickly to Galgano. Back outside Henderson. He'll step into a wing three. No good off the front of the rim. Rebound came off of Jimmy Galgano and out of play. So it'll go with San Diego Mesa here. So the Cougars 0 for 2. Couple of shots from three, no good. San Diego Mesa back with the ball. Here's Smith, the freshman out of Oklahoma City. Went to Storm High School in Oklahoma, averaging 12 minutes, just a point and a half per game. He'll get it over to Ryder, who will drop it off to Pate. Pate, 17 points per game this year as he tried to dump it off inside. Had it stolen away. Griffin running the floor, dumped it to Galgano, but the Cougars just turn it over. It's a straight turnover. Griffin trying to get the bounce pass to Galgano, and Galgano was just too far ahead of it. So turnover by San Diego, turnover by COC, and we still say 0-0. Just a minute and 20 seconds into the ball game. Here's Smith with the basketball, trying to work against Barrientos. We'll kick it over to Pate. Dumps it off towards Traylor. Traylor out of San Diego, California, is averaging 19 per game. Little shot from the foul line, no good for Riley Harris. Another body out of San Diego for the Olympians. Cougars back the other way. Alfara, a little crossover move. Drives to the bucket and lays it in. Jonah Alfara, his first bucket of the day. First time we've called his name Alfaro, the freshman out of West Ranch High School, local product here to Santa Clarita, averaging 11 points in 30 minutes this year. It's almost averaging a double-double as he does 11 and 9.4. It's been very good this year on the boards. This has been a nice little addition for COC. Pate misses on a wide-open look from the foul line. Henderson had the rebound, tripped over Griffin, but able to come back up the floor and then turned it over. He was trying to dump it off to Barrientos. Easy laying back on the other side for Zepp Smith, and we're even at 2-all. That was just a little lackadaisical from Henderson there, trying to dump it off to Barrientos, and Smith just read it really well. Here's Barrientos to run the point, averaging 18 points so far this season. The leading scorer for the Cougars. Him and Henderson were the two top dogs last year for COC and continue that way. A foul going to be called, and it's going to be an offensive foul on Andrew Henderson. It'll be his first foul of the ball game. And we're going to get a substitution here. I think Quincy Arms going to come in to take over for Andrew Henderson. Going to get Henderson off the floor. So our first substitution of the day is Arms comes in, the sophomore out of Los Angeles, California. Hollywood High School product. So here's Ryder trying to give San Diego their first lead of the ball game. Got to the rack, put it up, didn't go. Rolled around the rim, and Alfaro was able to come down with the rebound after he leapt a little bit too early. Barrientos dribbling into the lane, lost the basketball. Griffin trying to help out. Ball kept in by Alfaro, but his pass to Barrientos goes off of Dylan's hand and out of play. So he's staying at 2-all, 3 minutes into the game. Bit of sloppy start for both sides. Neither team looking comfortable here early on, and Howard Fisher going to use the timeout early on. Wants to talk about it as he's not happy with the start. So our first time out of the ball game. Well, if you'd like to sponsor COC Athletics, we can help. Got plenty of opportunities for you, whether it be a banner at one of our great facilities like Cougar Stadium or here at the Cougar Cage, a commercial or a live read here on the Cougar Sports Network, or a number of other opportunities. If you want more information, dial 661-362-3491. That's 661-362-3491. Make sure you contact the COC Athletics Department. They can help you out. We've got anything. If you're a local product, local business, out-of-town business that's got an online presence, we are happy to help. As it'll be San Diego Mesa basketball as we go back to work here in this first half. As Ryder will bring it in, Smith will go to work. Smith will bring it over to the right side, wants to dribble down. Sends it over to Pate. Pate trying to drive. Step back jumper blocked from behind by Galgano. Cougars trying to run the fast break. Galgano with two men on him. Overran the bucket but lays it in anyway, and he'll get to the line. That was a heck of a play from Jimmy Galgano. As he kind of overran it, you'll see the block and the steal back the other way from the Cougars. Galgano kind of runs by for just a second but got it to fall and drew the foul. He'll head to the line. And the Cougars have a chance to take a three-point lead. COC, as we said, just 69% from the line this year. Galgano, 73%. It's one of the better foul shooters for COC this year as he knocks it down, completes the old-fashioned three-point play. And the Cougars with a 5-2 lead. Not even 4 minutes into the ball game. Here's Zepp Smith with a basketball. He's running the point for San Diego. Waves off Dallas Ryder. Dribbles it back up to the top. One-on-one with Galgano here. Still barking out orders is Smith. Wants to take Galgano off the dribble. Ran into a double. Got it into Ryder, who's fouled, and he goes to the line. Ryder just out-muscles the Cougars down low. Cougars had kind of faded away. Smith drove in. The Cougars tried to double him. Ryder got the pass as it's a good dump-off from Smith. And Dallas Ryder at the line for a foul shot. Ryder this year has made all of his foul shots that he's taken so far. He's averaging 10 points per game so far this season. One of the better bodies on the San Diego side as he knocks down the foul shot, stays perfect, and we're even at 5-all. So back-to-back old-fashioned three-point plays, one for each side. San Diego with a high zone press here. Barrientos able to break it. Galgano in the corner will put it on the floor. Asking for some help. We'll get it to Barrientos. Swings it back to Griffin. He'll take it deep, too. That's short the whole way. Alfaro fighting for the rebound. Ryder able to get it. And then a foul going to be called against COC. I believe it's going to go against Dylan Griffin coming in late here. And actually, no, it goes against Jonah Alfaro. It'll be his first foul. So San Diego's still has not had a lead in the ballgame. Chance to take their first lead as we're even at 5-all. Aaron Traylor's been quiet so far. Cougars doubling him, trying to get the steal. Alfara able to get it, but then couldn't keep it in play. But good hustle effort from Jonah Alfara. Had a good double there with Dylan Griffin. Just could not quite finish off the steal. And they'll stay with San Diego Mesa. Just 15 to shoot for the Olympians here. Smith over to Ryder, who will step into a 3. Too strong, high off the rim. Pate skies for the board, comes up with it and puts it back. First bucket of the day for Jaden Pate, the sophomore out of Temple, Texas. Cougars quickly back the other way. Arms a 3 that's no good from the corner. SD Mesa back up the floor. Here's Pate, guarded by the bigger Alfara. Will dribble against him here. Works off the screen. The Cougars switch. Ryder wanted to dribble, slashes, kicks it back. Pate thought about a 3. Now he'll drive into the painted area. Lays it up off the glass. Didn't get it to go, but a foul going to be called, and Pate going to go to the line. See Pate, kind of a fake, got Galgano in the air, and I think he gets the foul drawn against Alfara there. And it's going to be the second against Jonah Alfara, so that's going to bring him off the floor, and it's going to get Andrew Abkarian up off the bench and getting ready to get into the game. First for Pate is good. Pate 82% from the line this year. Abkarian in, Henderson back in, Galgano off the floor. So now you put Alfara on the bench with 2 fouls, likely going to be there for just about the rest of the first half. That's tough considering how good Alfara has been on the inside for COC this year. Pate splits the pair. San Diego with a 3-point lead, 8-5. So you talk about with Alfara, you put a 60% field goal shooter on the bench. His arms back-to-back misses from 3. Henderson working inside, draws the foul, and he'll get himself to the line. That's just good hard work from Andrew Henderson down in low that time. You can see him just go to work on the inside on the Jersey Mike's replay and draws the foul, gets him back to the line. First of 2 for Henderson is good. Andrew 80.6% this year from the foul line. Trying to get the Cougars back within 1, and he does, makes them both. Substitutions for San Diego Mesa. Isaiah Robinson checking in. Riley Harris coming out. Robinson out of Helix High School, another San Diego, California product. The Olympians have done a good job of recruiting their area. They go to work on the offensive side. Here's Pate. Will kick it along. Tries to drive, kicks it back up top. Traylor will put up a 3, and he knocked it down. We talked about Traylor in pregame being one of the better 3-point shooters for San Diego Mesa. Hits on 36%. And he's 1 for 1 here early on in the day. Griffin thought about a 3, instead will back it off. Cougars get it back to Barrientos, who's been quiet so far. Arms inside, Henderson block extended. Trying to work against Robinson, throws it over Arms. Corner 3, wide open is good, and Quincy Arms knocks it down. So Arms gets his first 3 of the ball game. Now he's 1 for 3, and the Cougars right back within 1. Pate will put up a 3, missed the whole way, lost it off to his right. Barrientos with the board will run back up the floor for College of the Canyons. Barrientos working off the Henderson screen, will dump it off to Griffin. Griffin to Arms, back over to Griffin. Inside, Henderson block extended on the far side again. Doubled this time by the Olympians. Gets it back to Barrientos, over Arms. Wing 3, can he make it 2 in a row? No. Tip rebound, good work by Abkarian on the inside as he's able to get the Cougars a fresh 30 here. Barrientos taking his time, has Pate right out a high on him. Here's Griffin with the basketball. Works off the screen, foul line, stops, dumps it, Henderson. Put it off the glass, got fouled, and will go to the line. Henderson doesn't miss often on plays like that. It's a really good dish from Griffin. You can take another look. Griffin just working to his left, stops, dumps it to Henderson. Henderson, who's usually pretty solid down inside the painted area, missed, but he was fouled, maybe lost the ball just a touch, and he'll get to the line for the second time today. So we're even at 11 all. Henderson now with 3, all of them coming from the foul line. So Pate off the floor. Quajon Young onto the floor. Steve Stinson onto the floor as they get Zepp Smith off as well. Henderson makes both. The Cougars doing a much better job from the foul line here early on in the ball game. So it's 12-11 in favor of COC. Ryder, a wild shot that nearly fell. Got himself into the lane, thought he drew a foul, didn't get the call. Maybe body control might have got him the foul. Instead, they say we continue on. carrying off the glass, no good. Good rebound from Ryder inside, dribbling out of trouble, and he gets fouled, coming back up the floor. I would imagine it's going to go against Carry, and it does. Just a little bit aggressive trying to get back to help out after missing as he drove to the basket. So 12-11 in favor of COC. Ryder working with the basketball, gets around Carry and puts it high off the glass. He's fouled, will go to the line. And I'm gonna say that's gonna be the second on Carry, and we'll wait for sure on the call. And it is, Abkarian with 2 now. So now you've got both your bigs in Abkarian and Alfara with 2 fouls. Cougars will stay with Abkarian, as you'd rather, I think, have Alfara, who's been the often used of the 2 on the floor in that second half. Jimmy Galgano coming back in, Dylan Griffin coming off the floor. Ryder missed the first of 2. Second is good, we're even at 12 all. Cougars are gonna go small here. Jacob Gonzalez gonna come into the game. Abkarian coming off, so we need to see Gonzalez for the first time today. Not a likely move things around a little bit here with Barrientos and Gonzalez both able to run the point. San Diego trapping, trying to put pressure on. Gonzalez trying to dribble out of some trouble. Signaling as he runs the point. That puts Barrientos more into a shooting guard spot. Gonzalez lost it, got it back. Galgano trying to dribble, up to Arms. Arms spins away from the pressure from Trailer, stops at the top of the key and knocks down a good shot. Little 20-footer from Arms, came a little awkward, but he got it to go. Arms now with 5, leads the way for COC. So the Cougars back with a 2-point advantage. 3-pointer on the way, Trailer short, rebound Gonzalez as he skies up for it. Runs it quickly back up the floor, got it to Arms. Stops it up, throws it to Henderson. Wide open look for 3 from Henderson is good. And a timeout on the floor called by Travis Nichols. Henderson knocks down his first 3 of the ball game. He's now got 7. The Cougars with a 17-12 lead. We'll take a timeout here on the Cougar Sports Network. College of the Canyons wants you to get ready, reset, and go when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougar Athletics programs offer a great college experience. Get ready, reset, and go at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now. (17-12), College of the Canyons lead as we come back into the Cougar cage. COC with a 3-pointer from Andrew Henderson just a few moments ago to push the lead up to the largest of the night so far. It's a 5-point College of the Canyons lead. It'll be San Diego basketball. Henderson now with 7. It's 1 for 2 from downtown this year. Henderson's been good from 3, 38.5% this year. Him and Dylan Barrientos have been the 2 better of the 3-point shooters this season. Barrientos 43% this year, but Dylan so far that doesn't even have a field goal attempt actually, just a couple of rebounds and an assist here early on. Cougars go back the other way off the San Diego miss. So here's Gonzalez. It's gonna be fouled, a block foul gonna be called against Quajon Young. First foul on Young. Fourth foul on the Olympians. Each team with 5 timeouts left in the ball game, as they've both used one here early on. Terrible pass from Quincy Arms in. That gets a look from Howard Fisher. He threw it straight out of bounds, and so that's just an unforced turnover error on COC. Henderson gets a steal, took it right out of the hands of Ryder, got it over to Barrientos, who lays it in. And on cue, Dylan Barrientos, his first bucket of the ball game, comes off the Henderson steal. And the Cougar lead, now 7, largest of the day. Stinson trying to drive, working against Arms, will back it off. Here's Young working against Gonzalez, throws up a wild shot, draws the foul. It's gonna go against Barrientos. I'll be first on Dylan. And actually they gave it to Jacob Gonzalez, excuse me. That'll be his first. And it'll send Quajon Young to the line. Perfect from the line so far this year has been Young. Makes the first. Ollie Johnson and Riley Harris back on. Ryder and Isaiah Robinson getting a spell. Young makes both. So back to a 5-point Canyons lead, 19-14. Gonzalez brings it up the floor. He and Arms play catch as the Cougars go back to work into their offensive set. Here's Galgano. Back up top to Henderson. Good pass inside. Barrientos, good lay-in. Good athleticism from Barrientos there to work around Young. Great pass from Henderson, and the Cougars back out in front by 7. Here's Stinson with the basketball for San Diego Mesa. Got it over towards Young. He wanted to drive, got tied up. It's it to Harris. Back up top, 3-pointer from Ollie Johnson on the way short. Henderson an easy board. Throws it quickly ahead. Galgano had to just save it as it was going to go out, and the Cougars just a little sloppy with the basketball. Olympians back the other way. Henderson able to swat Stinson's chance away. Stinson up again. Henderson alters it again and rips down the board. And the Cougars back up the floor. Gonzalez gets knocked down hard by Pate. No harm, no foul. Just a couple of guys running into each other. It is going to be a foul on Pate for a block. And it'll get Barrientos off the floor as Griffin back in. And San Diego Mesa will get a substitution back in to bring Darren Traylor back onto the floor and give Jaden Pate a spell with 2 fouls. So Pate now probably on the bench for the remainder of the first half with his 2 fouls. Forces some extended minutes from Traylor, who got a little bit of a break but comes back out. Arms trying to drive baseline. Throws it out. Galgano, 3-pointer on the way. Looks good, is good. Nice shot from Jimmy Galgano. Cougars lead by 10 as Galgano knocks down the 3. And Canyons continuing to roll with a 10-point lead. A foul going to be against Quincy Arms here. Arms wasn't happy that he got called for it. It's going to put San Diego Mesa in the 1-and-1 as they are in the bonus. As Quajon Young goes to the line. Perfect so far today from the foul line. As we've got to wait. Elijah Johnson trying to check in, but we'll have to wait. Young 2 for 2 from the line, his first trip. Misses on this one, his first miss of the season. And the Cougars get a break there off the miss on the 1-and-1. So here's Gonzalez to run the point for COC. Gonzalez, the sophomore out of Chatsworth, didn't play much last year. Over and back going to be called against COC. Looks like Isaiah Ortega coming to the table. Going to take over for Gonzalez. Ortega averaging 9 minutes a game, only 2.4 points. Had 6 against Long Beach the other day, including 3 rebounds. Be San Diego basketball. Elijah Johnson dribbled it off the back of his leg, got it back. Traylor will back off here against Griffin, tries to drive to the right. Little turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound Henderson. And Henderson just gonna run the floor back the other way. We'll spin it over. Galgano, three, trying to make it back to back, no. Rebound inside Ortega. Arms, three is good. And the Cougars have stretched the lead to 13. Quincy Arms now with a couple of three-pointers in the ball game. He's got 8. The Cougars have stretched the lead. Here's Elijah Johnson, had it taken away. Dylan Griffin all alone. Traylor trying to chase him down. Griffin will lay it off the glass. No. Galgano, the rebound, the putback is there. And the Cougars push it now, 29-14. As Galgano with another bucket. He's got 8. So it's a 15-point Cougar advantage. Foul going to be called against COC. I believe it'll go against Ortega. It will put Zepp Smith to the line. Yeah, it goes against Ortega. It's beat off the dribble by Smith. So Smith to the line for 2. 7:58 to go here in the first half. 29-14, College of the Canyons out in front. First of 2 from Smith is good. Smith 2 for 2 from the line so far. Now has 4 points in the ball game. Sorry, 1 for 1 from the line. Now has 3 points in the ball game. Make it 2 for 2. Now he's got 4. It's 29-16. COC in front. Ortega taking his time to work it ahead. Pressured by Smith. Wants to work to his right. Instead, will stop the dribble. Throws it to Galgano, working against Traylor. And Traylor and Galgano kind of just got tied up there. But Galgano does enough to draw the foul. It'll be the first against Darren Traylor. The Cougars will inbound it from down low. Just the 6th foul on San Diego Mesa. The Olympians' next foul will be in the plus. And we'll shoot 2 the rest of the way. Ortega will throw it way out high to Henderson here with 20 catches nonchalantly. And will take his time. Looked back at the bench, waited for the play. Now he'll isolate here against Harris. Works to his left, 6, drives back to his right on the crossover dribble, is fouled and will get himself back to the line once again. Henderson has just not been able to finish those so far today, but has done a great job to get himself to the line as the foul going to go against Riley Harris. It'll be Harris's first. Cougars in the bonus, but it'll be 2 shots for Henderson, who's 4 for 4 so far from the line, has 7 points in the ball game. First rattles home. Ryder will take over for Riley Harris as he checks back in. Cougars trying to organize. Only Galgano up there to try and fight for a rebound should Henderson miss on the second. Does not, knocks him down. Henderson 6 for 6. Give him 9 points now in the ball game. Cougars with a 31-16 lead. So it's back to 15 at the moment. Smith will send it over to Stinson. Far side, Elijah Johnson wanted to drive baseline. Arms cut him off. Dumps it off Dallas Ryder. He'll step into a 3 that's blocked by Henderson. Back the other way, Quincy Arms has Galgano with him. Lays it off. A blocking foul going to be called. And Galgano should get himself to the line for 2 shots. Went down kind of hard, lost a shoe. Foul going to go against Stinson here. First foul against Stinson, 8th so far against San Diego. And Galgano to the line to shoot 2. Good fast break chance for COC, just couldn't finish it off. Galgano has made his only foul shot so far in the ballgame. So the Cougars already doing a better job from the line so far today. We talked about in the pregame show that's been a problem for COC this year. But 7 of 7 so far from the line. Galgano has 2 shots here, misses the first. Broadcaster jinx in full effect. Galgano misses both, so right on cue, we talked about the struggles at the foul line. Galgano shows them off a little bit for COC, misses 2. San Diego can cut it back inside of 15, no good. A high arcing shot from Johnson on an alternate play down low from COC. Henderson can't finish with the left hand. Swept himself around a defender but didn't get it to go. Mesa with a fast break back the other way, and Johnson fouled this time by Henderson. Good body control that time by Elisha Johnson and got Henderson to just drift into it. So it's going to be the second against Henderson with 6:36 to go. And it'll send Elisha Johnson to the line, 66% foul shooter. Cougars will get Barrientos back onto the floor, and it looks like they'll get Deshaun Harold likely onto the floor to take over for Henderson with 2 fouls. As the Cougars, we haven't seen Alfara since the 5 minute into the half mark. So Deshaun Harold, Dylan Barrientos back in. Henderson and Arms off the floor. First of 2 was missed from Johnson. Second one is good. 14-point lead. As Harold will bring it in, and the Cougars will go to work. Ortega working against Johnson, sends it over to Harold. Inside Barrientos, elbow jumper, rattles in and out. Good rebound from Griffin inside. Had it poked away, though, by San Diego. Cougars trying to tie it up, could not. Olympians back the other way, into the corner trailer. Around Harold, stops and pops in the paint, it's good. Good shot from Darren Traylor that time. Worked off the fast break and got it to fall. Just his first field goal of the ball game. Traylor was 0 for 2 to that point. As a blocking foul gonna be called. I don't know if the finish is gonna be there. And it's score the basket, so Barrientos, the and one opportunity here. It's the first against Johnson. Now the official's gonna huddle up and talk about it. They'll get Jaden Pate onto the floor. Nichols asking at his assistant coach. Khalid Mahidi both arguing with the officiating staff. Not going to get the finish as Barrientos knocks down the foul shot. It's 34-19, back to a 15-point lead for COC. Ryder stops up, plays it back towards Zepp Smith. Smith so far in the ball game 4 points. Here's Traylor, who's been quiet, just 2. Drives, gets into the painted area, didn't get it to go. Galgano did a good job just to beat his way. Turnover, though, by Griffin, had it stolen away, and Traylor just shows off the athleticism as he gets to the bucket and lays it in easily. So Traylor now 2 for 4 from the floor, give him 4 points in the ball game. Ryder leading the way for San Diego with 7. Henderson with 9 for COC is a steal from Young on the pass from College of the Canyons, and it's a 4-0 run for San Diego, and it's back to an 11-point game. Looks like Quincy Arms going to come back in here as Harold working up the floor, stopped his dribble. San Diego wanted to travel, didn't get it. Now Barrientos will go to work. Griffin inside Galgano, throws it over. Ortega, 3-pointer from the corner is good. Nice shot from Isaiah Ortega. Good work by COC to find the open man. And the lead back up to 14, we should say, as Griffin, or Galgano with the board. Good pass from Harold to find Barrientos out of the air, but no good. Harold, the inside board, had it ripped out of his hands from Zepp Smith. Foul goes against Griffin. That's going to be his second. So now you look, Henderson, Alfara, and Griffin all with 2 fouls. Griffin going to come off here as Arms takes over. So now you got 3 of your starters on the bench with 2 fouls. Carrion also with a couple of fouls. The Cougars have been forced to go small. Second one from Young is good. 12-point lead for COC. Galgano thought about it, now will drive, stops at the elbow, sends it over arms, and it's just a bad pass and a turnover on COC. So if you're College of the Canyons kind of with a mix and match lineup right now with 3 of your starters on the bench with 2 fouls, you gotta wonder if it's just kind of a weather the storm scenario here as Traylor starting to heat up. Lead down to 10 for COC, as Traylor now with 6 for San Diego. As that was just all him working with the athleticism to drive inside. Here's Ortega. Threw it away right to Pate. Pate had inside position against Barrientos. Ryder and one, score it and the foul. Second foul on Arms. And now we're going to see Gavin Shigoyan checking in for the first time today. Take over for Quincy Arms, who has 2 fouls. So the Cougars in a lot of foul trouble right now. Lead down to 8. It was as much as 15. This is the 15th trip to the line for San Diego. Cougars so far on the day have committed 12 fouls just in the first half. As the miss from Ryder gives the Cougars a bit of a break as they stay with an 8-point lead. Shigoyan will try and bring it up the floor for COC. Just kind of backs it off. Working, trying to find Barrientos here, and does after Young slipped. Barrientos Galgano, 20-footer is good. And the Cougars back with a 10-point lead. Galgano now in double figures with 10 to lead all scorers on the floor. Traylor drives baseline, sends it out. 3-pointer Young on the way is good. Pure shot from Guejan Young. It's 39-32, a turnover on the inbound. San Diego, Young will try from the corner and he knocks it down. 6-0 run for the Olympians, and it's 39-35 as the Cougars having just trouble even getting the ball up the floor at this point. Travel gonna be called against Harold. It's a 6-0 run for San Diego. It's actually, it's a 8-2 run for the Olympians. As Stinson back on the floor. Has Menego gonna come in to take over for Harold. And the Olympians now all of a sudden find themselves within 1 possession. They trail by 2 now. As the shot is good from Ryder. It was actually a 2-possession game, but now it's a 1-possession game. It's a 2-point game. 39-37. Barrientos guarded out high by Smith. Wants to drive against it. Kicks it back. Ortega, wing 3 on the way, no good. Rebound Galgano. Had it stripped off of him by Traylor. Traylor will run up the floor. Cougars just trying to be careful, but it's going to be an offensive foul against Traylor here. That's a nice job from Ortega to draw the foul. That foul's the 10th on San Diego. Will put the Cougars in the plus the rest of the way after the inbound with 2:20 to go here in the first half. Shigoyan trying to bring it ahead. We'll send it over to Galgano, who stops over, kicks it into the corner. Menego thought about it, now drives, and it's going to be a blocking foul called against San Diego, and Menego will get himself to the line for a pair of shots. Second foul on Young. Menego hasn't attempted a foul shot this year. Hasn't been used much, just 3 minutes, only a half a point on average this season. Only 2 field goal attempts came against Chafee, and he made 1 of the 2. As the first shot good, stretches the lead back to 3. 2:11 to go here in the first half. Young with 12, Ryder with 11 for San Diego. Galgano with 10, Henderson with 9, and Arms with 8 for COC. Menego with a couple of foul shots that find the mark. And the Cougars back with a 4-point advantage, 41-37. Here's Stinson driving, kicks it over. Young will drive. Wanted to drop it off, got it to Smith. Smith over Ryder 3, short, missed it all. And it's COC basketball on the air ball from Ryder from 3. Had a late closeout coming on him and just kind of shorted it. Quajon Young coming off. Elijah Johnson back on the floor. Cougars with a 4-point lead inside of 2 minutes to go. Had a lead of 15, gave it up. San Diego got it all the way back within 2. The Cougars have been forced to go deep into their bench here in this first half. Ortega back to Galgano. Galgano wanted to dump it to Manego, who's fouled. Stinson just runs right into him. And it'll send Manego back to the line, who's made both his foul shots so far today. Cougars have been much better from the line so far today. 10 of 12 from the line. It's well above their season average. Did a good job to get to the line. Manego misses the first. Manego misses both, so after he made his first 2 foul shot attempts of the season, he misses his next 2, and it stays a 4-point lead, so that makes you 10 of 14 now on the day. Puts you right back around 70%. Ryder to the line, foul going to be against Ortega. 2 shots for Ryder here. Ryder 2 for 4 from the line so far today, has 11 points in the ball game. Dallas Ryder on the year, 16 minutes, 10 points, 4 rebounds, a couple of turnovers, shooting 43% from the floor. Has missed his first 2 foul shots of the year, but was perfect before today's game. 4th time already this season in double figures as he's hit the number today, now with 12. Makes them both, so San Diego back within 2. 41-39. As a foul basket does not count. The foul is on the floor, but Shagoyan going to get to the line here. So Gavin Shagoyan out of La Crescenta getting his first foul shot attempts of the season. Cougars have gone deep into the bench today. Shagoyan misses the first. You look, you got Shagoyan and Gonzalez on the floor, 7 minutes and 5 minutes respectively on average this season. Manego, who only averages 3.8 minutes. Only Galgano and Barrientos, the only 2 starters still out there on the floor for COC. And Shagoyan makes 1 of 2. Cougar lead back to 3. So here's Smith. Doubled, got it back to Young. Young driving into the painted area, throws up a wild shot, got his own rebound, and gets it to fall. So 1-point game, 42-41, inside of 50 seconds or 55 seconds to go in the ball game. Shagoyan bring it up to the floor. Remember, the Cougars led by 15, but have gotten into a lot of foul trouble. There's 3 of their starters in foul trouble in the ball game. That one tipped out off of COC, so the Olympians the chance to take the lead. They haven't led in the ball game since I want to say very early on, if that. Trying to look back through it here. San Diego had a 4-point lead back at the 14:31 mark. It was the last time they led in the ball game. It's the foul going to be called against Manego. And it's going to put Ryder at the line for 2 and a chance to give the Olympians their first lead since 14:31 in the first half. With 33 seconds to go here in this first half. As it was a 15-point COC advantage, it's been wiped away completely all the way down to 42 all. makes them both, and the Olympians have a 43-42 lead. So it's been almost 14 minutes since San Diego Mesa found themselves in front, and they have the 1-point lead right now. With 25 to go in the first half, Barrientos directing traffic will send it to Galgano. Galgano to Manego. Manego to the painted area, lays it home. Good work from Manego to get inside. Back to a 1-point COC advantage. It's 2 to shoot. A jumper from Smith, no good. Tried to draw a foul, didn't get it. Then he came down awkwardly on his ankle, so we'll see Smith gonna get checked out here. So one of the San Diego scratches came out onto the floor after the half was over. So he's been ejected from the ball game. Smith getting checked on. Looks like it's his calf or his ankle. We're going to take a timeout. 44-43, COC in front. Second half action, we come back here on the Cougars Sports Network. College of the Canyons wants you to get ready, reset, and go when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougar Athletics programs offer a great college experience. Get ready, reset, and go at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
The future is yours. So let College of the Canyons help you get ready, reset, and go for it. Get ready for transfer, the workforce, or take your skills to the next level. Visit canyons.edu/schedule.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do. And the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
If our turkey had a resume, it would say it's 99% fat-free, filler-free, and raised without antibiotics. But our turkey already has its dream job at Jersey Mike's. Premium meat makes a sub above.
The future is yours, so let College of the Canyons help you get ready, reset, and go for it. Get ready for transfer, the workforce, or take your skills to the next level. Reset your career and get back to work quickly. Go to college for $46 per unit, 0 textbook cost class options, and apply for your share of financial aid. With convenient class times, flexible on-campus or online options, and free tutoring, the future is yours at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule.
Welcome back into the Cougar Cage. Matt Robinson here with you as we get ready for second half action between COC and San Diego Mesa. The Cougars with a slim 44-43 first half lead. The Cougars led for majority of the first half and at one point had a 15-point lead. But all the way down with 30 seconds to go, San Diego Mesa took their first lead since the 14-31 mark of the first half. Cougars were able to come back with a bucket out of the break, or before the end of the break, and take a 1-point lead. Take a look at the numbers for both sides. The Cougars shooting 51% from the floor, 14 of 27. San Diego Mesa 13 of 34, just 38% from the floor. 3 of 10 from 3. The Cougars 5 of 13 from 3. Each team with handful of foul shots. San Diego Mesa 14 of 19, 73%. The Cougars 11 of 16, 68%. So we talked about the foul shooting, and that continues to be a little bit of a problem, a little bit of a thorn in the side of COC. Cougars 14 turnovers in the first half to just 4 for San Diego Mesa. That led to 17 Olympians points off turnovers, so just 4 for COC. The Cougars, though, did better on the boards, 26 to 13 in rebounds, and had 3 blocks, 4 steals, but 14 fouls on COC. It's the starters back out on the floor for both sides as they go with the same sets at the start of the game. A corner 3 bounces off the top of the backboard and goes in, but it's not going to count as Zepp Smith had the shot that didn't fall. The Cougars will go back to work. Quajon Young with 14, Dallas Ryder with 12, Darren Traylor with 9 for San Diego to lead the way for the Cougars. Galgano with 10, Henderson with 9, Quincy Arms with 8, Dylan Barrientos with 7 to lead the way for COC. As Henderson will put up a 3 from straight away. It's pure. Nice shot, Andrew Henderson. He's in double figures. 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, and 2 blocks. Out a steal there as well for Henderson. He's been the leading man so far for COC in the ball game. So back to a 4-point lead for COC. Pate will drive. Pate draws the foul. Didn't get it to fall, but he'll get to the line, and that's going to be the 3rd foul on Dylan Griffin here. Pate's been quiet today, just 3 points. He's only had 4 field goal attempts. He's 1 for 4 from the floor, 1 for 2 from the line. Camera back to work properly. We apologize for that. Man show here, so sometimes I forget to press the correct button at the correct time. Let's go back to work. COC with a basketball. Pate made them both. It's a 2-point game. Galgano, corner 3, no. Alfara tried to poke the rebound out, could not. The Olympians back the other way. Trailer in the corner, up top. Smith, 3 from the wing, short the whole way. Griffin with the long rebound will work it up the floor for COC. Here's Barrientos to run the point. Dylan quietly with 7 so far today. Had a streak of 6 straight 10 or more point games snapped against Long Beach the other day. Or 15-point games, I should say. 6 straight 15-point games snapped against Long Beach at 13. Still a nice game, 13-2-5 in 26 minutes. So Alfara to the line to shoot 2. Misses on the first. Alfara 37.5% from the free throw line this year. Again, those compound as the game continues on, so you got to figure for COC shooting below their average so far this year as Alfara splits and makes 1 of 2. Back to a 3-point COC lead, 48-45. Just underway here in the second half from the Cougar Cage. If you're just joining us, the Cougars had a 15-point first half lead at one point. The Olympians have been able to close it down, had a good stretch late in the first half. Got it back within 1 at halftime, so the Cougars had a 1-point halftime lead. That ball is out on San Diego as Pate lost it. Henderson was there to guard him tightly, kind of knocked him down. Pate tried to draw a foul, didn't get his. Henderson was solid in the move. So a turnover on San Diego, and the Cougars will go back to work on the offensive side with a 3-point lead. Barrientos trying to drive, kicks Henderson. Corner three, good. Kind of a corner, half wing three, but it works out for Henderson. You can give him 15 now in the ball game. As Henderson back in double figures and above, the Cougars get a steal. Barrientos working ahead, wanted to floater for showtime to Henderson, but didn't get it. Henderson, though, able to come away with it, made a nice pass to Galgano, put it in, and a timeout on the floor by Travis Nichols. The Cougars with a 53-45 lead as the starters running fast here in the second half. We'll take a timeout here on the Cougar Sports Network.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Cougars 53-45 lead. Andrew Henderson now with 15 points in the ballgame for COC. This is fifth straight ballgame in double figures for the Cougars. His first four all came off the bench. As he started the year pretty much off the bench, this I think is just his first start of the season. He's only averaging 22 minutes a game this year. Still over 16 points, almost 5 rebounds, so he's at his averages so far here today. And still 17 minutes to go in the ball game. Cougars with a 9-point lead. Ryder, who was hot in the first half, stops and pops and misses. And the Cougars back the other way. Ryder has 12 so far in the ball game. Second on the team in points for San Diego so far today, with Young leading the way at 14. Here's Alfara, spin move into the paint, lays it in with the left hand, countered in the foul. Alfara off the work from the Cougars to get it inside, spins around his man to his right, lays it in with the left, gets himself to the line. It's a 10-point COC lead. Chance to make it 11. It was actually an 8-point lead as we came back, so my math terrible. As always, Alfara misses the foul shot. Ryder brings down the rebound. Traylor, a 3 in transition is good. Beautiful shot from Traylor, and the Cougars have to make sure they do not let him get out in transition. Traylor now 2 of 3 from behind the arc, and it's a 7-point COC lead. Here's Galgano, wanting to work inside. Alfara, able to dig it away from Traylor. Barrientos, corner 3, no. Traylor goes and gets the rebound. San Diego in transition. Young will put up a 3 that was short. Cougars, though, got the rebound, but turn it right back over. Pate driving, throws it off the glass. Will get to the line. It's a foul against Alfara. It's a non-shooting foul. It's the third on Alfara. So Alfara with 3, Traylor with 3 fouls. Dylan Griffin with 3 fouls, and Galgano going to come off the floor. They're going to bring Justice Harper into the game for the first time today. So it'll be Pate to bring it in. Trying to clean up the floor a little bit here. Ryder spins into the painted area, no good. Harper able to work down with the rebound, gets it ahead. Barrientos trying to work with speed, kicks it wing 3. Henderson rattled in and out. Alfara skies for the rebound, kicks it back. Harper inside Henderson, foul line, blocked as he was going up, but a blocking foul going to be called underneath the basket on Young, and I believe that'll send Henderson back to the line once again. Third on Young, third on San Diego. Henderson, who's 6 for 6 from the line, will shoot 2. the Cougars with a 55-48 lead here in the second half. Good work out of the starters to start the second half. As Henderson misses the second, it rattled out, kind of rolled all the way around the rim. So make it an 8-point lead. Three-pointer on the way. Isaiah Robinson knocks it down. And San Diego finding a little bit of their stroke from downtown. 56-51 now. Barrientos, Harper. Harper, jab step, back Barrientos, wing, three on the way is good. And if Barrientos can start to find his stroke, who's 0 for 2, now 1 for 3, give him 10 points in the ball game. Lead back up to 8, 3 on the other side, no good. Barrientos, a clean, easy rebound, will bring it back the other way. Barrientos off the screen from Harper. Working one-on-one with Young. Drops it for Henderson. They doubled for a second. Henderson gets it inside Harper. Now Alfara just bullies his way down low and lays it in with the left hand. Alfara now with 7 points, and the Cougars back with a 10-point lead. That one got dribbled off the foot of Barrientos. Henderson back the other way. Skip pass, Griffin. Wanted to take a shot. Instead, we'll slow it up as Alfara was well behind the play. Now he'll just drive. Goes around a man. Lays it in with the left again. Alfara now with 9. The Cougar lead back to 12. Back-to-back buckets for Jonah Alfara, doing a good job in the paint. Cougars very patient on that last offensive set. Thought they had a fast break, instead just slowed it down, and it worked. Here's Pate, drives. Good drive and a lay-in from Pate with the left hand. Got around Henderson, an easy bucket for Jaden Pate. Pate now 7 in the ball game as it's a 10-point COC lead. Here's Barrientos working to his left, guarded by Young. Stops up, sends it to Griffin. Top of the key, will work to the near side wing. Back to Henderson, guarded by Traylor. Inside Alfara, working against Ryder, bullies his way down, draws the foul on Ryder, and Alfara will go back to the line. Going to be the 4th foul on San Diego here in this second half. And it's going to be the 2nd foul on Ryder. So Ryder having some trouble down low against Jonah Alfara, who's found his rhythm here in the second half. Alfara shooting 2. Makes the first of 2. So Jonah now, give him 10 in the ball game. So you look, Henderson with 16, Galgano with 12, Barrientos and Alfara each with 10 to lead the way for COC. Alfara, who's usually a ace rebounder for COC, when you look at the numbers this year, 36th in offensive rebounds with 22, 33rd in total rebounds with 66, just 2 so far in the ball game. I think that's kind of a product of having to be on the bench for as long as he was in the first half. Henderson knocked it away. Pate picks it back up. Pate wanting to work against Harper here into the painted area. Stops it up, sends it back. Three-pointer, Robinson wide open from straight away. No good. Alfara with the defensive board. And back the other way, Arms quickly ahead. Henderson back to Arms. Arms working off the Alfara screen. Harper step back jumper from just inside the three-point line. No good. Skying for the offensive board was Henderson. And he'll back it off and slow it down as the Cougars want to switch up who's running the point here. Barrientos guarded out high by Stinson. Works off the Harper screen. Drives into the paint. Offensive foul going to be called against Barrientos. And yeah, that's a pretty easy call for the official. First foul on Barrientos. Good job down low by San Diego to draw the foul. Barrientos just ahead of steam. Alfara going to come off. Galgano going to come back in. So Alfara going to get a little bit of a spell here with 13:08. Into the game is Elijah Johnson back in to take over for Darren Traylors. He'll get a spell as well. So Alfara with 10 points off the floor. Traylor with 12 points off the floor. And we wait to clean up the water once again, or the sweat once again, coming off the players after the charging foul against COC. So we go back to work. Mesa with the basketball. Johnson across the timeline will stop up, works off the screen as Harris was back into the game to help out. Robinson a wing three, short the whole way. Pate skies and rips down the board. Had it stolen out of his hands by Arms, though, as it went to Galgano, and the Cougars will push back the other way. Barrientos almost got it stolen. Galgano to Arms. Arms will step into a three, no good. Harper pulls down the offensive board, and then he's fouled. And will get himself to the, or get the Cougars an inbound from the baseline, excuse me. Third on Stinson. Fifth foul on San Diego. As the Cougars go back to work on the offensive side. Here's Harper with the basketball. Over to Galgano. Galgano going to work on the offensive side. Now, or excuse me, it was Barrientos. Now to Galgano. And Galgano steps into a 20-footer and knocks it down. Galgano with 14 now. The Cougars with a 66-53 lead. Driving no good was Stinson. The follow-up from Harris is good. And for Riley Harris, that's his first bucket of the ball game. Cuts the lead back to 11. The Cougars have kept San Diego Mesa at reach here in the second half after a good opening run. Turnover, though, Barrientos a bad pass. Trying to feed it to Galgano, but saw a man in his way. That's going to get a change for COC here. Barrientos going to come off the floor. Chagoyan back into the game. We stay with an 11-point lead for COC. Riley catches beyond the three-point line. Good bounce pass inside to Pate. Fouled as he got Chagoyan and Henderson in the air. And it's just a question of who the foul's going to be on. It's going to go against Chagoyan. It's going to send Pate to the line. Pate at 82% foul shooter this year. Pate's been quiet, though, so far today. 3 for 4 from the line. Just 2 for 5 from the floor. Only 7 points. Misses the first of 2. Misses both, so an empty set for Pate on 2 foul shots. Cougars catch a break, and it's 66-55. Chagoyan driving, drops it Galgano. Galgano up to Henderson. Stolen as Harris read the play and lays it in. Riley Harris, a nice little steal and a lane on the other side. And it's a 9-point COC lead. So here's Harper, 2 big steps, threw up a wild shot with the left hand, looked to the official for a foul, didn't get it. Pate driving back the other way, kicks, corner 3, Stinson on the way, no good. Riley Harris, the rebound, stolen for a moment from Chagoyan, but he couldn't keep his hands on it. It went out of play, and it'll be San Diego basketball. Alfara, a short break, will come off the floor as Harper comes off. Pate catches. Henderson guarding him. Three-pointer from the corner, no good from Ryder. Rebound Arms, runs it back up the floor, and COC back to work. Here's Chagoyan. Alfara beyond the three-point line, doesn't do a lot of work from out there. Galgano right at the three-point line, missed it from the corner, forced up a tough shot. Stays a 9-point COC lead. Here's Pate. Puts up a 3 early in the shot clock, didn't get it to fall. Galgano able to come down with the rebound as he and Alfara were fighting off Riley Harris. The Cougars back the other way. Chagoyan, Arms, 3, fouled on the 3 and will get himself to the line. As it was Dallas Ryder running into him. We'll take another look here. As just drifted into him. So that sends Quincy Arms to the line for 3 foul shots. Arms so far today has not been to the line, but so far in the season has not missed. Now there is a whistle, and I believe there's a technical foul called against Dallas Ryder. So Quincy Arms is going to get 5 shots at the foul line here. Makes the first. So it's 2 technical foul shots and then 3 regular foul shots. Misses 1 of 2, so Arms his first miss of the season.
Now says the personal and the team foul is Riders 4th and 7 on the Olympians. Three shots for Arms.
So 3 shots for Quincy Arms here. As these are his regular foul shots. That one was pure. Arms the best foul shooter on the roster this year. Shooting up over 99%, I would say, at this point, as he makes 3 of 4 and trying to make it 4 of 5. Makes 4 of 5, so you'll take it. The lead now 13 once again for COC. And a turnover by San Diego. Galgano back the other way. Got it to Shagoyan. Shagoyan driving into the paint. Puts up a shot. Didn't get it to fall. It's out off of COC, and it'll go with San Diego. So here's Johnson up the floor for San Diego. Drops it for Pate. Halfway through the second half. Just 10 minutes to go in the ball game. 13-point lead for COC. Pate blocked, but a foul, late foul, going to be called against Henderson. It's going to be a third on Henderson. Henderson's already had 2 blocks in the ball game. Thought he had his third. So it'll send Pate to the line for 2. Pate missed his last 2. He's missed 3 in a row. Pate usually a pretty solid hand from the line, 82%, but 0 for 3 from the foul stripe today. Got one there, so make him 1 for 4. It's a 12-point COC lead. Shagoyan working against Pate 1v1. Sends it into the corner. Galgano 3 on the way is good. Galgano with a hot streak today. He's got 17. 1 off his season high of 18 against Cuyamaca. The Cougars back with a 15-point lead. Paint into the painted area. No. Henderson rebound, running the floor. Stops it up. Over to Arms. Arms wanted to go into the corner to Galgano. Drives right to the basket, lays it in. Galgano with 19. Timeout on the floor as there's a body that fell down on the near side, so an official's timeout. But 19 now for Jimmy Galgano. That's his season high. He's come alive here with a couple of threes. A nice bucket on that last play. And the Cougars with a 75-58 lead. Starting to run away. We'll see if they can keep it that way. It's a 17-point Cougar advantage. And a timeout called by Howard Fisher. Will take a break as well. COC 75, San Diego Mesa 58 here on the Cougar Sports Network.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do. And the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
Back inside the Cougar Sports Network, Matt Robinson with you as we get ready for continued second half action. The Cougars with a 75-58 lead over San Diego. The Olympians go to work with the basketball. Out of the timeout. Johnson driving, gets it to fall. Nice little shot from Elijah Johnson there. So make it 75-60 in favor of San Diego. or in favor of COC, excuse me. It's Arms, a shot that doesn't fall. Olympians back the other way. Foul going to be called against Barrientos as he's caught swinging in against Stinson.
Two shots of penalty for Stinson.
Stinson makes the first. 75-61, COC in front. Galgano able to come away with the rebound off the miss. Cougars go back to work. COC's next couple of games on the road, Cypress and Rio Hondo on the 13th and the 16th. Our next webcast will actually be next Wednesday. It'll be women's basketball against Palo Verde. Cougars men's next home broadcast on the 20th against West Hills Lemoore. Pate gets a steal, gets an easy bucket. So Pate now gets it back within 12. Pate now finds himself near double figures. Barrientos got knocked down. It went off of Barrientos. The San Diego basketball, so a little sloppy here from COC. Going and checking out. They bring Dylan Griffin back in. Out of the timeout, Henderson actually on the bench with 3 fouls. So right now, Henderson and Alfara both playing with 3. Griffin with 3 as well. On the other side for San Diego, you look, Young, Ryder, and Trailer all with 3. Pate with 2 fouls. They're all in double figures, 14, 12, 12, and 10. For COC, Galgano 19, Henderson 18, Arms 12, Barrientos and Alfara with 10. So 4 of your 5 starters in double figures. Dylan Griffin forces a turnover, and that's what Dylan Griffin does so well for COC. He's not going to score a lot for you, but he brings so much on the defensive side of the floor. You could kind of see it hurt a little bit in the first half when he was off the floor, along with the rest of the Cougars starting lineup that was in foul trouble. Is Henderson back out on the floor now, actually. Griffin not going to be a guy that scores a lot for you, but he does so much on the defensive side to help you out. And that's kind of the reason why Howard Fisher keeps him in there in big situations. Is this is a good pass on a drive, a 3-pointer no good. Griffin trying to fight with Stinson for the rebound, couldn't get it. Stinson got it over to Trailer, who knocks down a 3, and it's back to a 9-point COC lead. So we've seen this script before, the Cougars pushing out to a 17-point lead and then kind of take their foot off the gas and let the other side back into it. We saw it just this week on Tuesday. See if the Cougars can turn that back around. Here's Arms. Over to Griffin. Griffin driving baseline. Dumps it Henderson. Henderson steps back, sends far side. Barrientos, jab step, drives baseline, spins, kicks back Arms. Arms with 5, driving, puts it off the glass with the right hand and gets it to go. Good job by Arms, just continue down along the baseline. Followed the Griffin, or the Barrientos move, and able to finish it off, and it's back to an 11-point lead. Here's Stinson driving, wild shot, draws a foul. It's going to go against Griffin. It's going to be his 4th. It's a block against Dylan Griffin.
Fouls on number 10, Dylan Griffin, 4th personal, 17th foul with Olympians in bonus. 2 shots are coming for Steve Stinson.
So Stinson to the line. This season a 90% foul shooter. It's 1 for 2 from the line today. Make it 1 for 3. So the Olympians kind of having some trouble shooting foul shots today. They're just 18 of 28. Cougars 18 of 27. It's been an ugly foul shot day today for both sides. When you look at the numbers, neither team above 70%. Stinson makes the second, 19 of 29 now for the Olympians. Stinson gonna come off. Quajon Young back in. It's a 10-point lead for COC, 77-67, 6:15 to go here in the ball game. Young staying tight with Barrientos, who works it up the floor. Got it over to Henderson, who's quieted down a little bit. Inside Harper, dumps off Alfara. Good job, Alfara. Inside position on Harris. Nice read from Harper to find him. And the Cougars back with a 12-point lead. Here's a little floater in the lane, no good from Johnson. Dylan Barrientos pulls down the board. He'll run it out of trouble. Barrientos now 4 rebounds in the ball game. Galgano a double-double, 19 and 10. Nice little shot from Barrientos, who now has 12 in the ball game. So you look, Galgano a double-double, 19 and 10. Henderson 2 off a double-double. He's got 16 and 8 right now. Cougars have pushed the lead once again, back up to 14, make it 11. Beautiful 3-point shot from Traylor, who's now with 18 in the ball game. Nobody from San Diego really close to a double-double. I guess Traylor the only one with 6 rebounds in the ball game. Cougars try and feed it into Alfara, but it's stolen away. Good job from Riley Harris. Back the other way, San Diego to try and make it a 9-point game, but stepping on the end line was Quajon Young. Stepped on the sidelines with COC basketball. Stinson back in. Dallas Ryder back in. Riley Harris and Elijah Johnson off the floor. And we're having trouble finding the ball here, but it'll pick it up. Here's Dylan Barrientos. To Griffin. Griffin works to the wing. He and Henderson, a little miscommunication. Good feed inside to Henderson, who just stays with the big body down low and puts it in. Henderson, another bucket for him. Give him 18, and then he's going to be called for a foul running back up the floor, and it's going to send Pate to the line for 2. So that's 4 now on Andrew Henderson. With 4:29 and a 13-point lead, likely will stay on the floor. And now if you're San Diego, you have a body to attack on the defensive side. Try and get yourself back in. Pate knocks down the first. Pate 5 of 9 from the line today, 11 points. 3 of 8 from the floor, having a tough day from the floor. Usually a much better field goal shooter. 43% on the season, but shooting just 37% today. So he's just had some trouble. Misses on the second. Harper, the bigger man, over the top of Young, rips down the rebound and gets it to Barrientos, and the Cougars will go back to work offensively, leading by 12. Barrientos to his right. Delays. Wanted to slash. Kicked it into the corner. 3 for Henderson. No good. Rebound picked up by Ryder. Cougars just let him have it. Ryder runs it ahead, attacks the basket, and an offensive foul going to be called against Ryder. Boy, that is dangerous from Andrew Henderson there to take that charge. He just shuffles his feet a little bit and he's out of the ball game. Instead, he draws the foul, and it's going to be the 5th against Dallas Ryder, so that's going to end his night. Ryder had a good game. 12 points, 4 rebounds. Did have a turnover, but just kind of slowed down. Was really good early on in the first half, but then finishes the game 3 of 12. So had a good night early and just kind of slowed down, and he finds himself on the bench for the final few minutes. The Cougars leading by 12, 83-71. 4 minutes to go in the ball game as Barrientos ahead. Henderson off the floor right now. They got Galgano and Griffin back on for COC. And a foul 40 feet away from the basket against Quajon Young. It's going to put Dylan Barrientos to the line to shoot 2. Barrientos quietly with 12 today. 5 of 8 from the floor, 1 of 3 from downtown. Only 1 foul shot today. This will be his 2nd trip to the line. But still just does the things that the Cougars need him to do on the offensive and the defensive sides of the floor, as he makes the first of the 1-and-1, and he'll have the second. Contributions down, up and down the lineup today. Menego with 4, Ortega with 3, Shagoyan had 1. Barrientos splits the pair of foul shots. She looked 5 Cougars in double figures in the ballgame. Galgano, Henderson, Arms, Barrientos, and Alfara. This Traylor just runs around to everybody. Traylor so athletic. He's got 20 now in the ballgame. Leads all scorers on the floor for either side. 8 of 11 from the line, or from the floor today. 4 of 5 from downtown. Has not had a trip to the line, though. It's the only thing he has not done. As a foul away from the basket, or actually a step on the sideline on Quincy Arms. So a turnover by COC with 3:25 to go. It's an 11-point Cougar lead. Still some work to be done if you're College of the Canyons. Is Stinson with the basketball to work the point for San Diego. Young dumps it off. Harris kicks it back to Stinson. Stinson calling for the help. Now dumps it inside. Harris had it stripped from Griffin. Back the other way. Good outlet pass to Arms. Tried the Euro step. Got fouled. Coming back by Pate. And Arms is uncomfortable after that. Kind of went down awkwardly. That'll be the 3rd foul on Pate. It'll send Quincy Arms to the line. They actually gave the foul to Stinson. That'll be his 4th. So Quincy Arms to the line. Cougars in the plus. Shooting foul shots the rest of the way. Shoot 2 of them the rest of the way. Alfara getting ready to work back in. As Arms knocks down the first of 2. Alfara back in to take over for Harper. Good minutes for Harper. Didn't put anything up on the wall, but did some decent work on the inside. Had 4 assists, 3 rebounds. As Arms misses the second. 12-point COC lead. Here's Pate driving into the lane. That's where Pate is so good. Gets right around the man he needed to. Over the top of Alfara and puts it in. Back to a 10-point lead. Cougars, I would imagine, take as much of the shot clock as they can with a 10-point lead. Instead, Pate steps in, gets a steal, took it away from Barrientos, drives once again, puts it off the glass and gets it to go. And a timeout called by San Diego. So watch out now. It's an 8-point lead with 2:36 to go. And again, we've talked about it. The Cougars, as much as a 15-point lead, a 17-point lead at times in the ball game. And just instead of putting teams away, step off the gas just a touch. And they let San Diego hang around. So with 2:36 and a timeout on the floor, we'll take a timeout as well here on the Cougars Sports Network. College of the Canyons has an 85-77 lead. Still 2:36 to go in the ball game, so a lot of work left to be done here for your COC. It'll be Alfara to bring it in play. Galgano with 19, Henderson 18, Arms with 15, Barrientos 13, and Alfara with 12 for San Diego. Trailer with 20, Pate with 15. He's come alive in the second half. Young with 14 and Ryder with 12 for San Diego. It's an 8-point COC lead. The Cougars taking their time this time on the offensive side. Got 10 to shoot here. So here's Barrientos working off the Alfara screen. Sends it over to Griffin. Griffin needs to put one up. Does. Didn't hit the rim. And a shot clock violation against COC. Good pressure D by San Diego. That is not what the Cougars wanted. As Mesa able to get a stop. 8-point game. Mesa quickly back up the floor. Pate been dangerous, slashing into the paint. Guarded by Henderson. Wanted to work off the Harris screen. Instead, gets around Henderson. Tried to draw a foul, didn't get it. Tip rebound, found its way to Stinson. Stinson back over to Pate. Pate, a deep three from the wing is short. Rebound Trailer, but he not able to come up with it as he and Henderson both went up. And it'll be COC basketball. So San Diego going to put up court pressure here. Not that the Cougars have a clean inbound. It's an 8-point lead, 1:41 to go. San Diego trying to trap here. Cougars need to get it across the timeline. Henderson has just two. Barrientos will do it. Got it to Galgano on the wing. Galgano working inside to Alfaro, block extended far side, spins into the paint, draws a foul. Foul going to be called against, I believe, Stinson for the reach here. And no, they gave it to Jaden Pate. Interesting. I thought it was going to go against Stinson. Stinson came over with the help D. Instead, it's Pate. It's Pate's third. Sends Alfaro to the line for two. Alfaro today from the foul line, 2 for 4. These are two big free throws right now with a 124. I know it's an 8-point lead, but anything you could do to stretch the lead if you're COC. We've seen leads evaporate for the Cougars, and Alfaro makes the first of 2. Second look from Alfaro goes off the window and in. So he banks the second one home. 10-point lead once again for COC. Stinson thought about a three. Instead, he'll get it to Trailer. Trailer's the guy you want to take the three. Instead, he drives, and he gets called for an offensive foul as Alfaro outside the restricted area, feet stuffed, draws the foul. It's going to be his fourth on Trailer. So now Trailer Young, Ryder only has 5, so maybe Ryder only had 4. Or only has 4, but I think he had 5. So Trailer with 4, Young with 4, Stinson with 4 as they get Riley Harris off the floor. Bringing Elijah Johnson back in. Again, San Diego in full court pressure here. So the Cougars nearly throw it away. They got lucky. Wonder if Howard Fisher might think about using a timeout here to talk about it. Yep, and that's exactly what he does. He got up off the bench. He wants to talk about a timeout. It's going to be a full timeout, 87-77. We'll take the break as well. COC out in front by 10.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do. And the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
So we go back to work, COC with a 10-point lead. .109 to go. Barrientos will inbound this time, and Arm's going to be called for a foul. Pushing off there with Quajon Young. That's going to get Quincy Arms right back out of the game here.
His third, the team's ninth.
So get Dylan Griffin back in. Next foul on COC will put Mesa in the plus. Pate driving around Henderson, lays it in. 60 seconds to go in the ball game. It's a 10-point COC lead here. Now it's an 8-point COC lead. The scoreboard was wrong. Takeaway from Henderson. Three-pointer, Pate, no good. Rebound, Stinson. Throws it back out high to Johnson. Johnson driving, dumps, Pate. Around Alfara, good, make it a 6-point lead, a 4-0 run. The full court press causing problems for COC. Barrientos up the floor, driving into the paint. He's fouled on the floor, but he'll get to the line anyway. And with 37.8 stoppage, foul goes against Pate, his 4th. Or it's on Quajon Young, it's 5th. So that's the day for Quajon Young. And we'll bring Riley Harris back in.
Now in number 24, Riley Harris. Dylan Barrientos with 2 shots.
So Barrientos to the line to shoot 2. Makes the first of 2. 3 of 4 from the line today. Give him 14 points now. Stretches the lead back up to 7. Can make it 8 with 37 seconds left in the ball game. Misses on the second. Got the rebound though. And San Diego needs to foul. Traylor comes out and does it, and that will end Traylor's day. That's his 5th. They'll get Isaiah Robinson back in. So now with Traylor off the floor with his 20 points, you can end his day 20-6. Young had 14, 1-1. As Galgano makes the first. $31.5. Second is good from Galgano. So you make it a 9-point lead, 90-81. 30 seconds to go in the ball game. Pate fouled by Galgano, and we get a whistle. You joined us for the pregame show. You heard my daughter screaming into the microphone while we tried to finish out the pregame show. She's wandered her way back up here, the 2-year-old, to make a little bit of fun in the late part of the game for Daddy. As it's 28 seconds to go, a 9-point COC lead. Pate has just had a tough day from the line. And Jaden Pate has just had a tough day from the line. Coming into the game today, 80% foul shooter. He's usually really solid, but you look at the numbers for Jaden Pate, 6 of 12, so 50% from the line today. Timeout on the floor. So we'll give the break as well. 28.1 to go. COC out in front by 8.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
So 90-82, we come back in here on the Cougar Sports Network. Officials, I think San Diego, the officiating staff kind of had a little bit of something going. It was a couple of players on the bench. I think it was Dallas Ryder and Darren Traylor. I think it was actually just Dallas Ryder. I think they're going to just try and get Ryder to go to the locker room. As Ortega to bring it in. Barrientos couldn't handle. Take away San Diego. 26.8, it's an 8-point game. You got to be careful if you're COC here. Griffin going to come back in. Going to take Ortega off the floor.
Number 10, Griffin.
Stinson catches. Griffin right with it. Barrientos the steal. Back up the floor the other way. Just dribble it into the corner, Dylan, and he does. Kicks it back to Griffin. Griffin will put it on the floor. Got it to Henderson. Henderson with 10 left will send it back to Griffin, over to Barrientos. Thought about a 3, but I don't think he's going to take it. The Cougars will take a 90-82 victory over San Diego Mesa. They come back to 4-4 on the regular season. For the Olympians, they fall to 4-5. For the Cougars, 4-1 now at home. They'll go on the road for a couple of weeks. Out at Cypress on the 13th, Rio Hondo on the 16th, back at home here on the 20th against West Hills Lemoore. Don't forget the 28th and the 29th. The Cougar Holiday Classic here at the Cougar Cage. Mount San Antonio, Orange Coast College, and LA Trade Tech all in town for that. So we thank you for joining us here on a Saturday night. We hope you enjoyed it here on the Cougar Sports Network. COC a 90-82 victory over San Diego Mesa. Have a good Saturday night, everybody, and we will see you next Wednesday for women's basketball here on the Cougar Sports Network.